Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Monday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Monday morning, depending on where you are, my chosen brothers and sisters. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Quick download, quick word. We shall see. We shall see how quick. So guys, I want to speak to you guys in regards to the importance of shifting and moving with Kairos moments. Kairos moments are literally time sensitive. And the enemy will try to plague you with the spirit of fear, of the unknown, or confusion, or overwhelm. You got to be very, very tapped in when you know this is a season of Kairos moments for you. Many chosen ones are literally in Kairos moments. This is a season where you pass your test, right? We went through the season of pruning, and it has been very, very difficult. We went through the seasons of pruning, transformation, developing the spirit of excellence, building character further, discipline, etc. We've been through many seasons, and during those times we were going frustrated, maybe annoyed, whatever, because we thought that things should have manifested through God. We're in alignment to receive the manifestation during those times, and really those times were preparing us for the Kairos moments, meaning we would already be prepared. See, a season can come upon you, and because you're unprepared, meaning you weren't doing the work, if God gave you certain instructions, and maybe you felt like, well, this is a season of doom and gloom, I don't even want to do anything, right? But if there was a grace for you to get things done, right? These are your witty ideas and inventions. These are strategic moves. These are building certain partnerships and relationships and watering those. Whatever instructions that we had during those times was preparation, because when Kairos moments come, they're like boom, they come up on you, and if you're not prepared, you can miss that season because you weren't doing the work. So those of you who are doing the work, what you will discover is a lot of the things or the people that you thought would have took your hand and maybe helped you to elevate, it was never even those people or those things, right? The promise is, right, the details are, but the directions are not always the same. Those of you who struggle with the spirit of fear, the fear of the unknown, I don't know, the second guessing, just like that, the spirit of timidity, things like that. Please, you gotta pray and ask God for strength, right? You got to rebuke that spirit of fear, because with Kairos moments, they can scare you, even to the most determined, to the most tapped in, to the most standing on faith type people, right? It can scare you because it's almost like, see, here's the thing. We be saying in prior seasons, like, oh, we want this and we trust God and God's going to increase this. And we be saying that stuff and we really feel it. But when it happens, it almost feels like we don't even feel worthy of that stuff. It's like, why do I deserve this? Like, why are these doors opening for me like dominoes? It can scare you. And so when we're asking for, see, it's one thing when you ask for something and you believe it, but there's still like a wall where you're not there yet. Like, you can have all this faith for it, but honey, when that door opens and that stuff just starts, like, you're not chasing, you're attracting. You're not beating down doors. Instead, many doors are beating your doors down. Now you got choices. But that discipline, that season of discipline taught you to just pause before you make any decisions, because now you got choices. And all these choices aren't even the right choices, but that discipline taught you to pause until you hear from the Holy Spirit to figure out which door you walk through. Kairos moments are time sensitive. So your spirit will tell you when you're in that season, a lot of the times before your physical aligns with it. It's almost like God is ringing the bell and alerting you with a notification like, hey, this is a Kairos moment. The windows of heaven is open up over you. Everything you learned in the prior seasons, this is the time to put foot to ground. See, in a lot of the seasons, we're called to stillness. But us and our rabbit bunny energized ourselves, we can't keep still, right? We're really supposed to be still, and our instructions may be just to be still or keep the faith, but we don't have any physical instructions yet. And then we be struggling because we want to do something. Where this is the season where you're running like a chicken with your head cut off, but it's not anxiety fuel, it's not hasty, it's just everything is like literally a domino effect, but you gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move. You're gonna have instructions. You gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta do this, go here. Do that, prepare for this. Write that, start that. Right? There are instructions, and you don't have time to delay. A lot of people can also get clipped up here. I used to, but now I know better. It's almost like you can have your own to-do list for the week, for the day. Like you already write all the stuff down, honey. Monday I'm going to do this, that, and the third. Tuesday, Wednesday, right? God will interrupt that list. He will interrupt the list. And if you're not careful, you'll be like, well, wait a minute, because I know I have to do this. Now, he's not going to put you in a situation where it's going to be something of importance that you got to, no. You got to still handle those things, right? The point is you got to be fluid enough that if he says, all right, that to-do list that you got on Tuesday, there's not even that, first of all, the things that we got on the list is not even going to matter. Now, again, we're not speaking about our everyday responsibilities. We're not speaking about that. We're speaking about, it could be something like, I want to write chapter 7 in the book. Where God may say, no, don't write chapter 7 in the book right now. I need you to get to the secret place. And you may feel like, well, no, because I know I got to have this book finished by the end of the year, and this, that, and the third. Maybe so. But if he's you got to let him override your plans, because it's something that he knows that you don't know. That book may be pushed back into the next season where you have time. He got to give you some kind of witty idea and invention or strategic move to even put in the book. So you got to be fluid. If your spirit is telling you, set this aside, do this. You cannot fight with God. You cannot fight with God. With Kairos moments, they're very time sensitive, and you got to move. You got to move. You got to move. You got to move. There are so many, especially on a Monday. My Mondays are like always busy because it's like staff meetings from my weekend staff and just trying to get everything situated for like the week, that type of stuff. Honey, I had a quick brief rundown with staff, but I have instructions to do other things today. You gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move. Go do this. Go do this. Go here. And go here right now. Yeah, I need you to go there today, but do this first. And it doesn't make sense sometimes when you're looking at it from the physical realm. You got to understand how the spiritual realm works. There are people who are already at a specific place that is going to be some kind of ordained encounter. There's going to be people at a specific place who's going to see your face, and favor will find you. This person can be getting off work in 5 minutes. You delay it in disobedience, you get there in 15 minutes, and you miss the very person that was literally orchestrated and designed to favor you. Kairos moments is almost like, okay, so physically, your spirit is uplifted. where maybe in prior season or last season, like maybe it was heavy, you were full of despair, almost that feeling of depression, a lot of overwhelm. It just seemed dark. You felt stuck and stagnant, hopeless. Well, when Kairos moments come upon you, it's like a shift from night to day, like a light switch was hit. Now your spirit is very ignited. You're hopeful for the future. You can't even explain it if you don't even know what God is doing. Like, you may be struggling because maybe you came from a very, very, very dark season, so you don't even know what God is doing. You just feel like he's doing something great. You don't want to check out any longer. You're hopeful. You're hopeful. These are Kairos moments in Kairos time. Sorry, guys. These are Kairos moments in Kairos time. I stated in a video, I think a couple of days ago, my visionary mind, a physical description of that would look like a train track, right? Now, we know you don't wait at the train track like how you wait at a bus stop, but imagine yourself waiting at a train track, like, but you're sitting there under like the little, whatever those little things are where you sit at the bus stop, but it's a train. The train is far back, but you can hear it coming because it's blowing its horn or whatever. What do trains blow? Is it horns? So it's far back, but you can't see the train, but you can hear it. You can hear the horn, and you can hear it like the tracks or whatever you call it. That's the notifications that you feel, meaning now your spirit feels alert, alive, like, notification, right? There's a new season coming. All right. But you can't see the train, but you can hear it. Okay. Your spirit has not touched the physical location, but your spirit knows it's a new season. All right. Now, as that train is approaching you, right? You're getting your bags, honey. You got your bags, and you're now standing up, waiting on the train to come. Now, when that train approaches you, it's going to slow down, but it's not going to stop. First of all, physically, I don't think it can like that. But the train is approaching you. Now, if it had been a bus, the bus could stop to pick you up. No, the train is approaching you. It's going to slow down. It's going to move very slowly, not slow, but slow enough for you to get your bags and jump on that train. Now, you don't want to do that in the physical realm. But just ride with my visionary mind here. And then you keep moving. Kairos moments don't stay long. Why should they? You've already been prepared 100 years prior in the seasons that we beg to come up out of, when really were our seasons of instructions. So why should the train stop completely? Nobody got time for that. This man got to go. He got to go pick up the people who've been putting the work in, right? He don't got time for you to sit here and pick up 1,000 bags, honey. You got to go. I can see a whole vision of what I'm explaining. It's popping up in my head. I can see, how those people who just drag their feet, honey, they're dragging these bags. They got 1,000 bags. God done had you through a pruning season. So why you got 1,000 bags? You don't even need all those bags. Where you going? That was the whole point of the pruning season. We don't even have a lot of bags, because the higher you go, the less you're going to need, right? We only had those bags and everything in those bags trying to fill voids that we thought were really voids, right? Was truly just a season where we were supposed to be, fulfilling ourselves with other things, right? But anyway, guys, please, again, many chosen people are truly, truly, truly in Kairos moments. Again, even if you haven't physically stepped into the place, the new season, the new state, the new country, the new ministry, the new whatever, even though you physically have not stepped in that land, you are being currently given strategic instructions, witty idea and inventions. Go back. Hey, remember that thing that I told you to work on 6 years ago, and now it's collecting dust because you got frustrated because it just wasn't the season for it. You thought it was a familiar spirit. No. It was always me. It just wasn't the season. I told you to get started on it to keep you from distraction, because if I done had you working on something, honey, you would then go and start like 50 other business ideas, right? So I just had you to work on it to keep you focused. Because I know you got adult ADHD, and you would have been rushing. If I would have waited to the very season, you would have been rushing, and nothing in that book would have made sense in regards to what I needed to make sense and how I'm going to use it in destiny. It's going to take off for the kingdom. You would have been rushing it. So yeah, I had you to work on it. Matter of fact, you still got 2 more chapters to complete. So you see my point here. This is why so now you got time to hurry up and type these last 2 chapters, but there's no way in the world you would have had it done now if I had given it to you to do this season. So I had you started long ago, because now it's the season. So now when you get on that plane, I'm going to require you to sit in first class. You may think you can't even afford it. I'm going to require you to sit in first class. I'm going to give you favor. Because if somebody you're going to meet on that plane, and it doesn't have to be first class per se, I'm just trying to ride with your girl, right? There's going to be somebody on that plane that you're going to be on a 6-hour flight with, who's going to be a strategically placed angel to take that thing and take it to the next level. If you weren't prepared, if you didn't get that stuff prepared in last season, if you're disobedient and I'm telling you to go take a first class flight here, and you're saying, well, no, I can't do it because I don't have the money. No, I can't do it because this, that, and the third. No, I can't do even. I know God is telling me to do this, but I don't feel like it right now. I don't even know like how to take a plane. I've never been on the plane. I'm afraid. Like, if He's telling you to do it, you gotta move. Favor will find you. And now you're on a plane with a whole, whoever, a producer, whatever the case may be, 6 hours. This person already found favor on you. It's ordained. Now you give them the book or whatever you have. Boom. Next level. Next level. It's not rocket science. It is us standing firm even when we get knocked down, right? In prior seasons, right? It's us, even if we have to crawl before we walk because we've been knocked so hard. It's battling those seasons, and no matter what you go through, not losing faith. And even if you get, sidetracked, and, because listen, some of them seasons, honey, listen, right? A grace will come upon you to start getting yourself back in, or God will make it very clear to you, like, listen, you've been grieving long enough. You've had your heart broke. Like, it's 27 years at this point. I get it. I've been gentle. I've been kind. But now you're in a season where I'm trying to bless your socks off. I'm in a season that is going to be so good that that person who hurt you, you will be happy. Because if they hadn't, you would have never, ever been able to attain the person, the people, the things, the places that I always had for you. You chose that nut. I never even co-signed that. In fact, I told you not to. So now I have better for you. But in order to get there, you got to get up, right? So he give you the strength. He'll let you know. Now, it doesn't even mean that you feel 100%. I don't even know why I'm going here. Somebody must be in a very, very dark season of heartbreak or grief right now. So it's not that you're 100% ready to get up out of that bed, to open those blinds, right? Put them lashes on, sis. Go get that fresh line up, bro. Right? It's not that you're even 100% ready. Like, you may still feel heavy. But a time will come, because if it doesn't come, you will stay in that place forever. You do know that some people never come back from the season of grief or from heartbreak and divorce, right? You know, some people don't recover from it. A lot of people don't recover from it. A lot of people become full-blown addicts of whatever sorts, alcoholics of whatever sorts, in mental institutions. Listen, certain things can snatch your mind. So the point is, it's not that you would ever feel 100%, but it's a grace that will come upon you. It's a Kairos moment. It says, all right, I've been patient. I understand. I don't care what you've been doing. I don't even care. You've already asked for forgiveness. You repented. Don't run from me because you think like I know that. Child, where you running at? Where you think you can't see? Right? I think sometimes too, a lot of people who are very, very religious based, they make God seem like this fearful God. You can't be honest. Honey, if you got a relationship with God, honey, you will know God is so understanding, kind, patient. But yes, you can get that wrath. Don't get it twisted. But I'm telling you, he's so understanding. So don't feel like you can't go back to God because whatever, he told you not to marry that nutcase. You married him and it turned out a certain kind of way. You made your head hard and now you feel like God is mad with you and God's going to say, well, you made that decision, so you stay in that down season forever. That's the enemy. That's the enemy. Get up, take the step. It may not even be a big step. It's going to be an instruction. That instruction can look something like this. For example, let's say the person lives out of town and you go to visit them every week. I'm just saying, every weekend. An instruction will hit your spirit very profoundly, very gently. It'll say, and it'll come out of the blue, right? Because now you're packing to go back home. It's it's now Monday. So let me find out one of y'all just got back home from somewhere on the weekend, right? But it will hit your spirit and it will drop in your spirit very profoundly. And that instruction can say something like, excuse me. Well, it might even sound like that, right? But that instruction will say, this is your last time. Soon as you put those bags in that car, the minute you crank that car up, the Holy Spirit will say, this is the last time. You will not come back to this state. You will not return again to that person's house. You won't travel back here. It's an instruction. Now, your flesh ain't going to want to do it, of course, because even though that thing is toxic, even though maybe it's not from God, God knows you picked that thing up in a season of grief or in a season where things are very, very low. You were spiritually low, so the enemy came in there, sent you a counterfeit, a familiar spirit, this, that, and third. So now, okay, the Holy Spirit had been clear. And see, when God speaks, he makes it very clear. He'll make sure that you have it. It'll be so profound. He'll even send you a confirmation like now, right? And now when you get in that car, now everything in your flesh is going to want to ignore it, but you can't. Now here, this is obedience over emotions. This is the whole point. Obedience over emotion. So you can choose obedience or you can choose disobedience. He's not going to force you. All right. So let's say you choose obedience. Now you may be crying the whole drive there because you know, Lord, that means I'm going to have to sit back in this pain in order to heal from the season that you're pulling me out. And we all know that it's more easy to mask pain. But because he's been so clear to you, you also know now that you can't be playing around with grace either. You also know that disobedience brings consequences. So because you're going to go, you say, okay, God, oh my goodness. All right, okay. All right, I accept. I won't return. Now, because you're in alignment, there's grace. So something will start to lift up off of you. That spirit that you already contracted with that, whatever you had going on, sir or ma'am, right? Something will start to lift up off you because you're in alignment. Where before you couldn't even think to leave it alone. Where now it becomes easier and easier and easier. And now we're speaking like, over time, like over days or weeks or whatever the case may be. But it becomes more easy. And then, honey, one day you can be like, what was I even thinking? What? I had to be in the low season because what was I even thinking? This wasn't even my type. He was a bum. She was. He removed the scales from your eyes. And so now that desire has broken because you're in alignment and you've been obedient. And so now there's a new covenant, which is now your healing season, your Kairos moments. So you got to take the step when he says move. Now, to summarize, again, not to summarize, but in contrast, you can be disobedient. Oh, you can be disobedient. You can act like you didn't hear the conviction. Nobody's going to force you. And you can return right back to where you want to go the next weekend, even though you know you heard God clearly. A few things can happen. If he's really, really trying to save your life and he knows that you're just all over the place because for whatever reason, he'll let that person leave you. And he's going to break your little heart. And you wouldn't even like the person like that, but it's going to break your heart because it's going to be that sting of rejection. Right? Or he'll let you stay. And honey, it's going to be hell on wheels every day from that day forward. Right? So guys, I just wanted to encourage you guys. I don't even know who that's for because I honestly was talking on Kairos moments. And then it turned into... getting over heartbreak, grief, etc. So you guys have a great day. Yeah. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.